What is up, good people? Crypto Prepper here, and I wanted to talk about whether or not these bots will work in an exchange when an exchange is down. So, yesterday we had a little bit of a Coinbase, not we, Coinbase had a little bit of a an outage. I don't know what it was for. I don't know how long it was, but so I went over to my bots here and looked at the one I have on Coinbase. That's a grid bot. So this will buy and sell more frequent than the DCA bots. And I've talked about them. I can't really, uh, um, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't really promote these because in my opinion, they're not as good as DCA bots for the average person. But I like to have a couple of these. Maybe even just for instances like this, but it's also because it buys and sells more often. So then I see my little some bot profit tick up more. And like I've mentioned in other videos, these do take a little bit more capital to start than the DCA bots. But anyway, I I'm not having much luck figuring out exactly when the outage was. It just said February 12th. So some places said it was fixed within an hour, but this is basically, yeah, so February 12th, it sold a couple times here, purchased, sold. And then we had a little bit of a window. I don't know if this was during the outage, but price wasn't doing, it was still bouncing in this, what you see up here with this gray zone. It was still bouncing in that zone during this time. So I don't know if looks like this is on the 13th. I saw one um, post that said that it was overnight, so I don't know exactly when it was, but at 11:30 yesterday um, morning, this would have been morning because it uses military time. It purchased or it sold here, and it purchased at 10:45. So price was fluctuating enough that it did make some transactions there. But unless the outage was during this time when price wasn't, excuse me, really doing much, um, I don't know. But and this was, I don't know if this affected all users. I didn't log in during this time, so I didn't see if it would let me do anything. But I just thought it was interesting that these bots might not actually be affected since they had the limit orders already in place. Um, so they might not be affected by these outages because the price is still moving in the background. And I guess we'll have to see during any other future outages because Coinbase over the years has gone down a handful of times. So, but anyway, I thought this was interesting and wanted to just make a real quick video talking about it. So, anyways, I guess we'll see you on the next one. I don't know what it's going to be about yet, but I'll try to do these at least on a weekly basis. I guess that's my cadence nowadays. But we can look at if you've stuck around this long and care to see. These are some of the bots that I set up the day before the liquidation. So I'm gonna scroll back a little bit. And like I said, the DCA bots, they don't buy and sell as often as those grid bots, but I couldn't have timed these ones better on um, that Wednesday before the capitulation. I set up a handful of bots and they purchased all the way down and then sold. So they were all fully vested overnight by the end of that. And then overnight, all of them had taken profits, and this one took profits a couple times that next day, and really hasn't done much since. It's last time it sold was up here, and then it purchases right away. And then when it went down, it purchased and purchased again. And then it was finally yesterday, no, 2 days ago. shoot, 3 days ago that it's purchased again to move my DCA. So you can see on this one specifically, when it gets back up to a buck 47, it's going to take profit and pay me 125 bucks, and then it's going to reset all these limit orders below it. So anyway, hopefully that helps in your decision making, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.